Good afternoon, I'm Rhiannon Ray, and this is your Solent journalism update at 3. Local businesses in Woolston and Sholing have become safe places after the increasing number of antisocial and violent incidents. These safe places are areas of refuge for anyone who feels threatened. The Yacht Tavern was the first venue to sign up, and those who do feel at risk are welcome to wait for someone to escort them home safely. A cafe in the city centre of Southampton are facing difficulties with their business and are hoping to raise money to remain open. The Artisan, an art-based cafe, hope to raise £25,000 by the end of the month, and failure to do so will result in closure. We spoke to Janny Frank, one of the cafe's founders, about why the cafe needs to fundraise.
Couple of things. So we've set quite a large figure, 25,000, which in the grand scheme of things isn't a lot of money, but it is for any small place. So it's sort of three things that it's going to be funding. First of all, we have a shortfall for this year, which is why we've done this shout out for help from our community, because our cafe's not done as well as we'd like it to, and in a lot of ways we set out making vegan and veggie food, hoping that one day there'd be loads of places that do, and there are, and your Greggs do vegan stuff now, and everywhere does. But obviously that has impacted us and a lot of vegan independents, because suddenly there's a huge offer out there where we used to have a niche that people would come and look for.
Saints have been knocked out of the FA Cup after being beaten 3-2 by Spurs last night. Marcus Brown has more.
Time that Southampton had played Spurs in recent weeks, but unlike the league encounter, Spurs were victorious. The Saints started in positive fashion, but a deflected own goal against the run of play gifted Tottenham the lead early on. Shane Long responded before half-time with a strike to ease off the hairdryer treatment from the Southampton manager. Saints continued the run of play with a fantastic move where Danny Ings slotted the ball past Hugo Lloris. A severe injury to James Ward-Prowse lowered morale, allowing Spurs to get a smash and grab goal with Lucas Moura, and piled on the misery in the 87th minute with a penalty kick that was converted by Son Heung-min. Spurs boss Jose Mourinho admitted after the game that Southampton were the better team, but that will be no consolation to Saints boss Ralph Hasenhüttl, as he now prepares his side for a home match against Burnley a week on Saturday.
Southampton City Council have been granted funding by the government's Rough Sleeping initiative. This is for the third year in a row and is there to help homeless people move off the streets and into secure accommodation. The council will receive over £900,000. Experts have said that water in Southampton could be making skin conditions such as eczema worse. The news comes after tests show that Southampton has one of the hardest water in the country due to the city's close proximity to limestone and chalky rock in the countryside. But have people noticed how bad the water really is? Residents in and around Southampton told us what they think.
Any differences in the water that I've been drinking, none of my friends have noticed much difference either, but from looking at it, it doesn't sound like it's the best thing that's going on, but luckily I haven't had to experience much with it.
I've heard that it causes a lot of bad effects such as acne and stuff, but personally I use a filtered jug, so it hasn't affected me in any way. But if it's really a big issue, I feel like it should be addressed to a lot of people really quickly.
A third case of coronavirus in the UK has been confirmed. This comes after a Southampton University student with suspected coronavirus tested negative 2 days ago. The student, suspected of having the coronavirus, had travelled to the Wuhan area of China and self-isolated after returning to the Mayflower Halls. He's remaining in isolation for additional safety. For travel, take care on the M3. Both lanes have been blocked after an accident involving an ambulance and a lorry shortly after 11 o'clock this morning. The accident happened between junctions 9 and 8 of the motorway northbound. It is still not known if there have been any injuries. That's all from us today. Tune in with us next Thursday when we will have more updates and news of the upcoming week. Have a good evening.